Hey guys, thanks for listening once again. This is Dean Clark with the Dean Clark Group podcast for the week of July 6th and 7th. I wanted to really start out by saying, the two towns that are really in the lead right now are Hoboken and Jersey City, but Jersey City Heights location. There was a staggering 142 new listings in the last 7 days for Hoboken, and 20 accepted contracts in Jersey City Heights. And if you look at the history of the reports we've been sending, that's up about it's like 70% in contracts signed. So what I'm noticing is that a lot of the people that are or buyers that are out there they're looking for deals, and you're finding really the deals in the bigger size condos that provide private backyards. And I'm noticing definitely a different activity level as far as where the buyers are making the offers and where they're actually seeing the value. And it's really just all about the backyard space. We're seeing that in the suburbs. Suburbs, from what I hear from all our referral amazing agents in our network, they are telling us they're getting 18 offers on one property and 7 and 10. It's like they're just raging out in the suburbs because everyone just wants that land and pool and everything that they have because of COVID. But in the cities here, the market's been going great. But I mean, imagine that 142 active 1, 2, and 3 bedroom properties hit the market in the last 7 days in Hoboken, and in North Bergen it was about the same, about 15 or so. And so what that tells me is that finally people are waking up to the true nature of what this is, where it's like, okay, now if we're ready to do this, we're ready to do this now, as opposed to waiting any longer. And as I've been saying for the last couple months, it still holds true that if you want to sell, this is it right here. July, August, September timeframe before the election hits for the year is when I would highly recommend doing so. If you've been thinking about it, I would not be waiting. And I really think this is the time to really get going. So with that being the case, they just look, if you're a seller, I would say, once again, if you have an opportunity to buy something for yourself, and that's really where you're seeing an opportunity cost for you to sell now in this market and then buy something, that would be the best advice I can give you. If you're just a buyer and you're a renter, you have a lot of leverage right now, depending upon the situation. Not for the suburbs, of course, but for this market here that we service, which is the Gold Coast, Hoboken, Jersey City, Weehawken, North Bergen areas. And one town that's making a little bit more of a splash this week was Union City. So surprisingly, they had over two-digit under contracts written on properties, which is great because Union City was getting a little hit hard. There's some bad press about the town, unfortunately, just because of the politics involved, and they're just not as developer friendly. But Jersey City Heights, Hoboken, and North Bergen and Union City this week have all been getting some legs up. We just sold another property over on North Bergen. Actually, we had 3 offers in the first week of putting on the market, and funny enough, that was on the market with another agent that didn't get sold. So, but yeah, with that being the case, look, if you want an evaluation on your property, I'm happy to do so and talk through the market with you intelligently about what you have. And if you're thinking about, last thing I'll say for the week is really, look, if you're thinking about doing any renovations to your property, one piece of advice I would give you is just do it to the level that is outside more or less how you want it. If you're thinking about selling in the next 2 to 3 years, let me repeat that. If you're looking to sell in the next 2 to 3 years, don't go very unique on the renovations for yourself. Go a little bit more generic that matches what new construction is doing. And if you are planning on not selling for the next, whatever, but you want to do renovations for yourself, then go for it. But just don't expect that money to come back. What I'm noticing is that we're seeing a 10 and 20% difference in pricing. What I mean by that is, if a resale that hasn't been updated 10 plus years ago, and then you compare that to new construction, there's a 20% premium on new construction versus a resale that has upgrades of about 10 plus years ago, right? 10 to 20 years ago, you're in that range. If you're if you've done any recent renovations in the last 3 to 5 years, you could expect anywhere between 7 to 10% of that spread. So really, you're only 10% off of new construction, which isn't bad. So yeah, that's what I've been seeing. And look, if you guys have any other questions, I'm happy to discuss. And that's my advice for the week. I will check back in. It's going to get busier and busier. We'll go from there. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.